speak out, ask people questions on the group and see who has gone ahead of you into the roles that you are looking up to, and ask them what are the things that you are supposed to put in place to achieve that thing. And that.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Betty if you're new here, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch my videos. On this video we talk about everything nursing, lifestyle, beauty, vlogs, and a couple of other interesting things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, so definitely make sure you subscribe, click on the like button, comment, and yeah, let's get right into today's video. So as you can already tell from the title, in today's video we're going to be talking about how to set realistic goals in nursing, and some things that you might have to forgo in achieving some of those goals. And I have a very special guest on the channel today. I'll leave her to introduce herself. Actually,
If they know you,
some of you might already know her, but
if they know,
yeah,
if you guys know yourself, that she has been beating me in Ludo game, you will know that I'm not special. But anyways, my name is Adenike Olakunle. I'm also known as the Scent Nurse. So thank you for having me.
I'm going to leave a YouTube link in the description box, and Instagram handle will also be on the screen. So first off, it's a nursing topic actually, and she is are you a life coach?
Yes, I'm a life coach. I'm a everything.
Okay, so she's going to be talking about how to set some of those realistic goals, things that you have to do. Some of us just come here and then we don't think of things that we want to do even after we've gotten to the UK. We don't think of how to progress in the career. So I'll just hand over the mic to her and let her do her thing. I don't have a physical mic, or I'll just hand it over to her to let her do her thing.
Right, so when we talk about setting goals generally, you have to gain clarity as per what you want. So I talk about clarity because if you don't know what exactly you want, it's a bit difficult to know when you have how to get there and when you have gotten there. And so you may have to dabble into so many things. Somebody will tell you, there is degree in this place, come and do. Oh, there is certifications in this place, come and do. Or there is, what exactly do you want? You have to be clear about that. Now when you are sure of what you want, you now put it down into writings. For example, you came from Nigeria as a basic general nurse, like RN. Now sit down. If you are in the UK, you probably don't need to do or get to PhD to be a band something to go higher on based on experience. You can just continue, and years after year continue going to work. You get to the anywhere you want to get to. Like in band, you may not be able to specialize, but then you can be going in band or whatever, going up the ladder. But that is if you want that. But now if you want to go like a special thing, you have to figure out what are the options you have. Is it that you want to go up on the academic ladder and have it up on the PhD so that you can use the degrees to achieve something, or you want to just have certifications that can equip you to take some special roles, or do you want to continue to be at the bedside, or do you want to get out of the bedside, go into other spheres of nursing in this UK? You can practice as anything. I am very sure you know that. Now, so you have decided that this is what I want. Now you have to put a time frame to it. So I want to become the director of nursing in my hospital. At what age? At what time? How many? What are the time frames? So you have to, because if you don't do the research to know how long it can take you, you are just going to continue and then waste your time. Or sometimes you will set unrealistic goals and say, if I do this, if I do PhD by 2 years, I should be able to become the director. And then you will now continue struggling. It will not now work. So you have to be realistic by weighing what are the things that are obtainable in your place, in the place you are targeting. What are the things that are obtainable? That means you have to do your research. And in doing research, you have to ask questions. Ask people that has been there. For example, now, if I want to become a band 6 sister, I will call Adesot. I don't know if anybody know Adesot, Aderunke. That girl, she's on fire. When I say on fire, you people should go and check out her Instagram handle.
I'll leave it on the screen.
Yes, you can actually send that. She has been here for some time and she's doing reasonably well. I mean, like, you know, she's just going pam. You need to just find out who are the people that has been here. For example, we have nurses group in the Nigerian nurses in the UK. Speak out, ask people questions on the group and see who has gone ahead of you into the roles that you are looking up to, and ask them what are the things that you are supposed to put in place to achieve that thing, and that is it. And then you put your time frame to it based on the realistic your reality on what is obtainable in that place. Put a time frame on it. Now, writing it down, being specific about it, and putting a realistic time frame to it is not all there is to do. The other thing you have to do now is to now think of how you are going to be able to take action. Stay disciplined to take action, because many times we do New Year resolutions. We even write it down, we even write affirmation and put it, do the vision board, but then you don't take action. So it means that you have to deliberately look at who you can be accountable to. For example, now, I make sure that my husband is aware of all the things I want to do, because he will not allow me. For example, when I wanted to do degree, I say, I want to do degree, and I want to do it at this so time. And then, as we step into that year, my husband said, there, you have not done this thing. I think it's now that you should be checking all of those things. So, he was on top of it, but because I know that someone is going to ask me and I'm accountable to that person, I was able to fill my application form and get the ball rolling. So you need someone that you'll be accountable to, or a group of people. For example, you can call your friends that are, goal oriented. Some people, they are just, they are barest minimum, like, I just want to survive. I don't have the energy. Those are not the people that you should be rolling with if you have some goals that you need to smash. So you are not going to abandon them, but you just know that they cannot keep you accountable. So look out for the people that can keep you accountable. Share your goals with them and put the step by step. Like, for example, if you are going to do BSc, let's say you want to do BSc, what are the steps you need to take? You have your RN. Now, the first will be that Google search the school that you want to go. Ask people if you want to do online or you want to do part-time. You Google search that one. Now, what does it take? The money, because you have to now know what are the things that you have to put in place. Like the money, will you need IELTS? Will you be paying international fee? Or would you need your School of Nursing transcripts? Would you need to go back home, or would you need anybody to send things to you? Now, write it down. If it is that, get transcript by Friday. May put date on it so that you can be ticking it off as you are doing it. Because if you don't break it down, it can look ambiguous. And then when it looks ambiguous, you can abandon it. So, you are ticking it off. Get transcript. Get the original copy of my certificate. Get it. And then you start ticking it off as you are doing it. So, what am I saying in a nutshell? We are talking about identifying what you want. In a recap, we have talked about doing a research on how you can achieve it by asking people who have gone ahead of you that same question. Now, they have told you, look at your own reality. Do you have what it takes to achieve that goal? In terms of finance, in terms of, if you are a family person, can you read, go to work, and still maintain your family time? What would you have to let go? For example, if you watch TV, if you like me, that I used to watch a Korean film, I can watch one season in like 2 days, break back to back, not sleeping. When I'm in school and I'm trying to do my assignments. I don't watch. I know that I can't do that one, so I cut down the time for all the extracurricular activities. I'm not the one that scroll endlessly on Instagram. I set limits on my Instagram that will show me you have spent 2 hours on Instagram today. So set timer for the things that you need to cut out. You not like you want to make your life to be boring completely, but you have to know your limits. You have to know what you need to let go so that you can stay focused and maintain a healthy habit that can support your goal. And I also spoke about having an accountability partner, because if you don't have people that keep you accountable, you are going to forget at some point. You are going to get discouraged at some point. Things will happen that will make you to say, whoa, I'm not even interested anymore. But if you are accountable to people, they can make sure that you stay on track. And I also spoke about realistic time. You cut out the time. People I see a lot of people scrolling endlessly on Instagram. All the trends, they know it. You can't. People that are goal oriented, they don't scroll endlessly on Instagram or on Facebook. So you have to be disciplined. Another thing is that regarding finance, you have to know what is obtainable. For example, you have parents at home, you have bills to pay here. So you need to now know whether you want to continue the charity, or you have to tell your parent that for this time I'll cut down what I give to you so that I can, for a greater good. When I'm done with this, it will move me to another level that will be better than this, and we'll be able to enjoy this. It's just about knowing that you need to cut out some things and knowing how to cut them. That is that one. And another thing is that you need the discipline to finish what you have started. A lot of people, they just start, and because you can actually pause what you are doing and say, I'll come back to you later. I'm not emotional. You can anything emotional, they give you time, go. If you tell them you are emotional, and then you can abandon things. So many people have abandoned projects because at some point they have lost their motivation. So I think knowing why you want what you want is a good way to get through this kind of demotivation. So knowing what you want, is it because everybody is now doing BSc, it looks like the next thing to do, or is it that I need to do BSc because it would allow me to get to this point that I'm looking at? Like, the BSc seems to be a bridge between where I am now to where I desire to be, not just because other people are doing it. So that's why I'm doing it. So if your end goal is important, there is a way it keeps you going. That's how it works for me, and it has worked for a couple of people. So I believe it will work for other people as well.
Like you said, like, if you really want to achieve something, you have to forgo some things in the process, like cutting out of time and all of that. Now, let's say that you work, let's say 39 hours in a week, and you're trying to do other bank shifts, agency, and all of that. How is it like possible for you to actually focus on different things at the same time? How do you set such kind of goals? How do you know what exactly you want to do in that kind of period?
Right. So I believe if your contract hour is 39 hours, and you take extra shift, why are you taking extra shift? Money. Right. Now, if you are taking extra shift because of money, that means bills, right? Or is that not?
Maybe you are trying to pay your school fees.
So if it is because of school fees, you now have to sit down and weigh how many hours do you require to spend studying. How many hours? Because schools, they tell you need 20 hours or 30 hours or anything. So how many hours are you expected to do in a week? For example, Debbie, they said 20 hours a week, which means at least, if you want to spend at least 5 hours, you have to spend 4 days reading. And some people, they spend only 2 days, because when they are off duty, they just do book all through their 2 days. They know how that works for them. So you will have to now know whether how many hours are you required to study in the school. Like commitment, they ask you to commit at least 20 hours to finish your assignment or anything. So how many hours are they required? Now, if you still have time left maybe they require 20 hours and you have 39 hours of work, how many hours do you have off days as your off day that you are not doing agency? You have to now cut out the things that you used to do during those off hours.
Okay.
So for example, if you used to cook meal for a long time, you have to reduce the time you spend in cooking. For example, don't cook lengthy thing, be cooking it in batches. Or if cooking it one day, we make another day free for you. Cook everything one day and have the next day free so that you can use the free day for the book. Because you have to weigh your options.
Okay.
What is more important? That is why I said, why do you want what you want?
Okay. Now, let's say I don't set goals. I'm not the kind of person that puts what I want into paper and using paper and pencil. I just say, okay, today I'm going to do this, today I'm going to do that. How can you actually convince me to set realistic goals? I'm not, or is it that like you can't convince, okay, let's say you can't convince somebody to set realistic goals. I'm not that kind of person that likes to maybe, okay, this is what I'm going to do in the next 5 years, or this is what I'm going to do in the next 2 years. How can you actually convince somebody to set goals, realistic goals on what they want?
What I know is that you set goal per day. As you wake up, you have set goal. The goal in your mind, whether you write it or not, I'm going to have my bath in 10 minutes, or I'm going to have my bath by 30 minutes. You have set a goal. So automatically, you may not put it pen to paper, but you are setting goal. Even if you decide in your mind, I'm going to do my BSc this year, it's a goal, whether you write it or not. And it is realistic if you work on it. It is unrealistic when you say, I'm going to have my BSc this year. By June, you have not started applying to schools. By November, the year is rounding up. You are still saying that I'm going to do my BSc. That's not realistic. So, but if you say in January, it is realistic until you have not done it in December. So I don't need to convince you to set a goal. You are in, whether deliberate or not, you are setting a goal. You may not write it down. It's just that it will be easier for someone that has written it down than for you that you haven't put pen to paper. And that is because if you write it down, I don't know, for Christians, even the Bible says the vision is for an appointed time. Write it down so that he that run will be able to run with it. It is easier to run with things that you have put pen to paper than for you to say, I'm going to do this. You may eventually do, but it's faster and easier most times for people who have put pen to paper.
I think we've covered most of the things that you really need to do to set realistic goals, and some of the things that are important to actually forgo, and you know how you can set those goals and actually achieve them within a set time, as she has already said.
And you need someone that can actually make you to stay responsible, not somebody that, like me and you, we are friends. You're telling me, oh babe, feel me like Jare. Not that kind of, I'm not talking about that kind of. That is why people go for professional to, you know, be checking them per time.
My coach has sent me mails this afternoon.
That is it. That's how I do it. I give people, we have tasks that you have to do at a certain point. So if you are not submitting that I've done this, giving me report, I can ask you, and there are penalties for not taking action. So people that can give you consequences and reward. If you don't take action when you're supposed to, for example, let's say you are supposed to send your transcripts to the school or get references to respond, you did not contact them, I'm going to give you a penalty. But your friend, you say, you did not contact Mr. Kini to help you with your transcripts. Oh, I will call them, Jared. And then you keep on postponing it. But if you have people that can hold you like that, it works.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys have learned 1 or 2 things.
Have you learned anything?
Of course I have. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to put Instagram handle on the screen so you can contact her. She's a coach, so you can contact her, you know, to ask questions and things like that, and I'm sure she'll be able to put you through on anything you ask. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.